I was just looking at some of the adverts, and one of the adverts that came up was that Nicki Minaj performing here in South Africa. Did you go and watch it? Because I know she was here in Johannesburg. I think last night she was performing at the Dome. Please let us know. What did you think of it? How was it? I was following it on Twitter. I couldn't get there, unfortunately, but I believe it was a great concert. Let us know. How was it? Nicki Minaj performing here in South Africa, doing her Anaconda thing. All right, it's 19 minutes before 8 here on the program. Tonight in Durban, South Africa's foremost female boxer, Nonnie Tenge, will defend her WBF World Junior middleweight title against the world's third-ranked challenger from Hungary, Szilvia Szabados. It's the main event on an all-female bill, which also includes 2 South African title fights. It's dubbed Queens at War and also signifies the start of a 2-day conference in the city regarding women's participation in the sport. To speak to us about this from our Durban studio is Muditambi Ravele, the chairperson of Boxing South Africa. It is so nice to have you on the program. Welcome to Morning Live.
Morning, Leanne, and thank you to the viewers.
So, Women's Day is traditionally celebrated in South Africa in August. Doing this in March, focusing in women, you also on my brain thought it shouldn't just be in August, it should be all year round. Every single month we should be celebrating women.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Leanne. It should be actually throughout the year. But also what we have picked up as a strategy within Boxing South Africa is actually to target all national events and international campaigns. And we would all know that the 8th of March was International Women's Day. And we thought within that month we should actually celebrate women. But also with the fact that by next week we'll be actually celebrating human rights in South Africa, it would be befitting for us to actually also look at women as issues around human rights.
Yeah. If we look at women's boxing, is there a big interest in it at the moment?
There's a lot of interest. Actually, since we started this campaign, we are seeing more women now registering and actually coming up to apply for licenses. And I think the reason is because of the fact that there was not much of awareness around women's boxing. And now that we started this campaign, more women are actually on television, they're on radio, and most of the print media now they are profiling those women, which is one of our strategies where we requested most of the media houses to assist us in profiling these women so that all other girls should actually be aware that they can actually participate in boxing.
Yeah, I mean, how difficult is it to actually break that perception that exists about women doing a sport that may just be seen as a violent sport?
It's a little bit difficult, but as soon as you explain it and open discussion with those who actually challenge it, they actually end up understanding that it is actually a sport. And obviously, as human beings, we have different choices and different interests. And those who are interested in playing any sport should be allowed to play that particular sport. But also there are a whole lot of benefits in participating in any sport, and especially within boxing, because of there's a whole lot of other skills that you benefit. But also over and above that, this is professional sport. And actually also there are other benefits like, from a financial point of view. I mean, Nonnie yesterday was actually expressing her views on how boxing had helped her financially to actually look after her family, to build a house. And I mean, she kept on going and indicating, those benefits of participating in a sport like boxing.
Yeah. I mean, if we look at some of the women around the world that have actually opened up doors for female boxing, I mean, there are some incredible fighters out there. I suppose maybe the most publicized would be Laila Ali, but there are so many other female boxers that have done exceptionally well as a career in boxing.
I totally agree with you. And one of the things that we are trying to do, and that's why we brought in Szilvia here in the country from Hungary, is actually to start exposing those women by actually improving our participation and make sure that our own champions are participating continuously so that we can attract more other international female boxers to come and fight in the country and actually profile the sport in this particular, in our country.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so take us through what's going to actually be happening this weekend and what you're hoping to achieve as Boxing South Africa.
Tonight we are having an all-female boxing tournament promoted by female promoters, officiated by females, and we'll actually have an entertainment. El Vovo would be entertaining the fans during the fight. And then tomorrow we would continue with a session with all female boxers, because in our last year December conference we identified that women in boxing have got other challenges which are female related, which we need to sit down, discuss them and actually try and address them. So we would be actually now going through training, but also bringing in some of the athletes with experience in sport to come and share their experiences. Mapaseka from athletics would be here tomorrow to talk to our female boxers and actually to talk to them on how do you actually profile yourself as a female athlete, and how do you actually make sure that you are an international brand. We would have Jabu Pule, who would actually come in also to talk about his own experience as a soccer player. And Nonnie Tenge would actually talk to them about her own experience as a world champion. And in between would then have a program where we'll focus on life skills and also on how to manage your finances.
Should be an amazing weekend. But my big question, and very quickly, do you think that Tenge will be able to hold on to the 5th world title?
You know what, I'm praying, and actually that's what I was even saying yesterday to the WBF, that I'm praying that actually she wins, so that we can actually bring in more other tournaments in the country. And I would love actually for her to fight in the country than fighting abroad.
Fantastic. Well, have a fantastic weekend. Good luck to her. And I just think it's great for women in this industry. If you are into boxing, it's just opening so many doors by having something like this. Muditambi Ravele is the chairperson of Boxing South Africa, speaking about the all-women's fight night that's going to be taking place in Durban tonight. All right, let's take a break. When we return...